Hey, how's it going, guys? Your old pal Jim Super Picker Flippin' Duo. We are a husband and wife full-time reseller team. You'll mostly see me on camera. Ashley is around. She's actually working on cleaning up some stuff for me to take pictures. As soon as I'm done with this video, I've got about 20 or 30 items to picture once I'm done here. So we're going to do a sales update video, everything from Thursday the 1st. Since that's a holiday, we'll throw in some bonus stuff there for the 1st through Sunday, which was yesterday. I'm filming this Monday evening. And then we'll go over um, some sales goals. We're going to shoot for $7,000 in sales for this month. Um, and yeah, I mean we've got some sales in, so we'll keep track of that weekly. We'll try to do this video once a week on Mondays. Keep track of our sales weekly. Hopefully, we'll hit some goals, and this will be a new thing for us. So keeping track of numbers. So yeah, hopefully it works out in our favor. We don't kind of fall flat on our faces. So yeah, let's so guys, if you like this kind of content, you want to see what we sell on a weekly basis, we will be doing this every single week. You can see exactly what we sell, for how much we sell it for, see our profits, our losses, good stuff, bad stuff, and all the stuff in between. We show you what we saw on the weekend because that is the busiest time. That's when people are buying. So um, we're not going to show you the behind the scenes numbers for 8 sales on a Wednesday. We're going to show you the busy days, the most bang for your buck, the most sales. So we wanted this week is 49 items. So we're going to show you 49 items that we sold from the 1st to the 4th. So let's go ahead and get going.
Come on, really?
What?
All right, and before we kick off our first item, if you wouldn't mind giving us a like, throwing a comment, and subscribing if you haven't subscribed already, would help us out a lot. We are trying to build this channel up a bit and get to that 1,000 subscriber level. And obviously, doing all of those things would help us out a lot. So, would greatly appreciate that. Let's get into our first item. We do use this program, Flipwise. I think it more clearly illustrates our profits and all of that kind of stuff. So we're going to get into it. Now, I can't flip through pictures or anything like that, but you can see our lead picture, which is the most important picture of any listing, right? So first item is this Clairol Kindness 3-way hair setter, model K420 with replacement clips. So this comes with a brand new set of clips. It's not Clairol branded, but is the same style of clips that you would get with this set. So this was pretty clean. Bought it at a thrift store for $6, sold it for $33.75, which is about going rate for these things. After all of my fees, final value fee, ad fee, $6.50 to ship it, went real close. My net return is $15.30. Took 4 days to ship, so that's really good. Profit margin of 45%. It's great. Um, I will take that every day of the week. And we've got this Boca Juniors jacket, Argentina. Put some Argentinian players in there. CABJ is on the logo there, size large. This one took a while to sell, 7 months. I bought it for less than $5. I put $5 in the purchase price. Picked it up at a yard sale. They had a whole bunch of soccer stuff, bunch of jerseys, this jacket and other jackets. I put a pile together and I was like, first I asked him how much per, jersey. And he was like $5. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go nuts. So um Ashley and I just picked out what we wanted, put a pile together. We're like, okay, how much for the pile? And he was like, $25. And we had at least 12 to 15. So I probably paid $2 for this, but I'm putting 5 in there just to, that's what he said. It we paid much less, but um, sold it for $42. Um, it did take a while to sell, 7 months, so we did have to wait for the right buyer, but it didn't take up any storage space. So I'm okay with holding on to something like this for that kind of profit margin. Um, Only 634 to ship it. Shipped first class. This is a junior's jacket, so it's a kid's jacket. It's not an adult jacket. Net return of $24.77. Great item to have in the mix for your inventory. And we've got these vintage Optimus STS50 bookshelf speakers. These were kind of big. When I was looking at the picture, it took 4 months to sell, so I kind of forgot how big they were. Um, I was like, okay, they'll fit in like a 12/8 whatever box. No, they had to go in a bigger box. 15, 12, 10, and it took up like every bit of that box. So, bigger box, $45 free shipping. That was on a best offer. I think I had them up for like 52.50. So, this was the first offer that I got on these speakers. So I was expecting them to sell quicker. Usually, vintage Radio Shack and vintage Optimus stuff sells fairly quickly. This one took a bit, so bought them for $12. The thrift store had them priced at $6 a piece. I don't know why they do that. Like, it's a set, sell them as a set. Because I could have bought one and screwed that store, because nobody's going to come back and buy one speaker, right? So, actually, they probably would. Anyway, I like to think that I'm influencing that somehow, but I'm probably not. So, bought it for $12, $10.29 to ship. After all of my other fees, still netted a return of $15.95. So that's pretty good. My return on investment's not great, but the actual dollar is good. So 35% net profit margin is okay. 4 months for something that big to sit on the shelf is not ideal though. So would have liked that to move a little bit quicker. Next up, we got this Categories Junior. We sell these all the time. We sell them fast. 17 hours. That's all it took. 28.50 is the sale price. So we did up the sale price a bit on these, which is working. So yeah, we'll keep them up a bit. We were selling these at 26.25, but they're selling fast. So the demand is outpacing the supply, so we can move our prices up a bit. So it's basic economics here. So bought it for $375, shipped it for $916. Net return of $11.66. So we're doing good here. 41% profit margin. Profit margin is the best way to assess your profitability. By the way, return on investment's okay. If you just want to know, you sent 375 out there, how much of that came back? You want that number above 100%. Um, you know, Ideally higher than that, because you don't want to just double up. You want to do better than that. But profit margin really gets you a better idea of profitability. That's your profitability number. Um, so that's why I say profit margin is the better. That's what I prefer. So, oh, all right, let's go. Electronic, nope, nope. I'm on the wrong page because I hit the button too many times. All right, Pampered Chef Salad Spinner. This one took a bit too. Little more than 3 weeks. Yeah. We bought it a while ago, and it just sat around. So about 3 weeks after listing it, it sold, which is not that bad. We just didn't get to it right away. So, um, I did get a bunch of offers for this in the $25 range, and I couldn't do it. This thing is large. It was in a 15, 12, 10 box. Um, about 5-ish pounds with the bubble wrap and paper and all that. Um, but this we lucked out and it shipped close. If this would have shipped to California, it's a $13, $14 shipping cost. But it shipped close, $6.79, net return of $22.74, profit margin of 55%. So $41.25 is what we sold it for, which is, that's our sale. That was our sale price. So we did have to wait around for the right person to appreciate the quality of this product. Um, so yeah, it didn't take long once we got around to listing it, but it just kind of sat in the bottom of our tote, and we just kept putting new stuff on top of it. When we finally got down to the bottom, we were able to finally get to this product. So, all right, let's get to Vintage Sorry 1972. This one took 39 minutes to sell. I mean, we sold this game within the hour. Paid $4 for it. Sold it for $35. I was intending for it to go on sale for $26.25, but we sold it for $35. That's the point with my price point here. Like, I want to sell stuff at $35. Like, that's good enough for somebody to buy with free shipping. If it goes on sale, then I'm still okay with selling it at that price, right? So, yeah. So cost of ship was $9.64. Net return of $14.65. Net profit margin of 42%. So we're doing really good there. So as long as our profit margin's above like 25-30%, then we're making some pretty decent money. So we're doing good there. And I was surprised at how quickly that sold. Um, I thought surely it would go on sale and then sell quick. I didn't think it would sell quick before the sale. So, Pictionary first edition. If you've been with us before, you know we sell Pictionaries almost daily. I mean, as soon as we list one, it sells. This one sold within 22 hours. $33.75. That's our sale price. We list it at $45. We put it on 25% sale. We run a 25% sale every single day. 24-hour, 25% off sale. And the algorithm on eBay seems to like that. So that's what we stick with. That's what we've stuck with for a very long time, and it seems to work for us. So bought this game for $3.75. Cost of ship was $11.02, so it did go across the country. Net return of $12.50. Net profit margin of 37%. See, so when you're selling stuff across the country, our profit margins go down because our shipping costs go up, but we're still above that, like I said, 25 to 30%. So we're still okay. We're not, we're still fine. We're still good. So, all right, this set of 3 Tupperware snack cups, we bought these from the bins in New Jersey. So I put $1, but I mean, they might weigh 3 ounces, like an ounce per cup. It weighed less than 4 ounces to ship it. So packed and everything, less than 4 ounces. So I put a purchase price of $1. We sold it for $12 free shipping. And that was a best offer. I listed it for $13.50, as you can see up here. Had it listed for $18 to put on sale for $13.50. Did take 28 days to sell, but you know what? These things are so small, it's not killing us to store it, right? So, would I buy these in a thrift store? Probably not, because they probably want $2 or $3 for these, and then it's not worth it. But in the bins where everything's by weight, these things weigh nothing. Like, so it's basically free inventory when you're throwing it in a cart with other stuff, right? Like, so it's, might as well. 465 to ship it, 384 net return for 32% profit margins. You see, profit margins are lower on this because the sale price is just not as good. But even though your shipping cost is low and all of that, so um, just something to consider. All right, this Starbucks tortoise and hare coffee mug. Originally thought that was a soccer ball because I wasn't looking at the entire picture. I was just looking at the colorful parts and not the actual turtle head and arms and legs and tail. So, yeah, listed it for $33 to put on sale for $24.75. This sold in a day. I took a best offer of $23. Um, I probably could have held out, but for what? For $1.75? Like they gave me a good offer, so I just took it. Bought it for $1.50. Cost me $9.74 to ship. And guys, one thing I want to point out: you're going to see ad fee on probably every single thing I sell. So when like you're good, if you watch other sellers on YouTube, other content creators that also sell on eBay, they're all freaking out about this promoted listings. That now every sale is going to have promoted listings on it. Mine already do. Like I promote everything at 5% anyway. So I've already factored that in. So nothing's changing for me, right? So you're going to see at least 90% of these sales are going to have ad fees on it. So that's why I'm not freaking out about it and doing special videos about it and all of that. Like I've already built that into my price. So cost me $9.74 to ship this. So it did not ship especially close. Not $7.25 net return, which is good for a day, holding it on the shelf for a day. 32% profit margin. So we're still in the good here. And we're on to page 2. This Weigel handmade European ambassador chess set, foldable. I put rare color in there because I can't find one in this color. So I don't know if the previous owner painted this set, because if you look at the box in the photo, the box shows brown and ivory, I guess we'll call that. So I don't know if they took the brown pieces and painted them blue. Same with the board, you know. That's a lot of detailed work to do that, and they did a really good job. Or if this is purposeful. But of all the Weigel, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I know how to play chess and I suck at it. But of all the chess sets that I've seen with this brand, I can't find this color scheme. So I just put in there rare color. I don't know if it's homemade or what, but 4 hours to sell, sold it at $75. So that's what I had listed it at. It hadn't hit the sale yet. So, yeah, paid $4 for it. So this was a good sale. Net return of 53.73 after 761 shipping costs. Net profit margin is 72%. So this is what I would consider a home run item. And definitely a brand to look out for. You're not going to see this a lot here. These are made in Europe, in Poland, I think. So, but they are like tournament style chess sets. Like you can use these. If you're a tournament player, you can use this chess set for that purpose. It is tournament approved. So, um, it's not a cheap set by any means. And they're hand carved, no child labor is, they put all that on the box, which is, so it's a good thing. Got this Captain Hook coffee mug. Sold this for $30. This was not on. I sold this between sales, so um, it had been listed for a month, so it had been on and off sale with no buyers, and then suddenly somebody found it between sales, which is after midnight Eastern Standard, because everything goes off sale at 9 p.m. Pacific time, and then before I wake up the next morning, whenever that was. So overnight, somebody found this mug for $30 and was like, "Yeah, okay, I've got to have it." Great, let's go. Let's get it to you. So when I sell stuff like that, this over or anything overnight, typically I'm not shipping it to New Jersey or Pennsylvania because we're all in bed. This is going at least Central Time Zone or further west. So cost to ship on this was $9.74. Paid $2 for it. Net return of $12.50. 42% profit margin. Looking good there. Next up, we got Balderdash game. This is not the first edition. This is 1995. About 10 hours to sell at $30. That is the sale price. I listed it at 40 to then put it on sale for 30 at 25% off. So this one did hit a sale. No best offer. They just bought it, which is fine. Cost of ship was $11.42, so it went to the West Coast. Net return of $8.79, not ideal. 29% profit margin. We're still okay, right? We're still hanging in there with profitability, so uh, we're okay because it sold quick. If I had held on to that game for 3-4 months, then I'd be pulling my hair out a little bit. Fisher Price Linkables Cool Beats Penguin. You'll see I have video in my title. Anything electronic that moves and sings and dances, I take a video of it. Quick 10-second, just me pushing a button and making it go. That seems to help with selling stuff faster and for a bit more money. This thing did take 14 days to sell. So over like Christmas, this thing was flying. And then it just kind of stopped as we were missing deadlines for delivery and stuff. So this one did sit for a couple weeks at $30, but it did sell within 2 weeks, which is still, I guess I'm a little spoiled because we tend to sell stuff within a week or just a couple hours or a couple days. So when it gets to 14 days, I'm like, I really shouldn't do that. So 14 days is actually really, really, really good. Right? So, paid $4 for this guy. Cost of ship was $7.02. Net return of $13.35. Profit margin of 45%. So, these are good things to pick up. Good little guys to pick up. Take videos of your things that move and dance and make noise, and let the customers know that they work. Instead of just telling them that it works, show them that it works. Right? Like put their mind at ease. Let them know that they're buying something that works. Same thing here. Panasonic alarm clock boombox radio. I put boombox in the title because it looks like a little boombox, right? It looks like that vintage, like they called them ghetto blasters, right? Like those kind of big old boomboxy things, right? So tested working. Put video in the title, so because just do a quick video. Set it to a radio station that comes in clear. Take a quick video of it playing that radio station, and then that's it. 10 seconds is really all you need. You don't need to go into depth of like this function works and that function works. And no, just a quick, hey, this thing makes noise and it moves and it jiggles or whatever it does, just it works. So Sold this guy for $30, listed it for 40 to put it on sale for 30. Paid $6 for it. Cost of ship was $7.02. Net return of $12.31. Net profit margin of 41%. And we're going to go to this Pampered Chef Microwave Rice Cooker Plus. This is the 3-quart. I think they only come in 3 quarts. So this one sold fast. Sold in a day. Bought it for $3.75. Sold it for $28.50. That's about going rate. That's about what you're going to buy them for, $3 to $4. You're going to sell them for $27 to $30. Cost me $7.67 to ship it. Net return of $11.62. Profit margin 41%. Anytime you see Pampered Chef anything, just look it up. I mean, always, 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 always. All right, vintage Revereware 1 quart. Always put 1801 in your Revereware listing titles. This is the double ring. If you see 2 rings around the logo, that means it's pre-1968. Copper clad bottom. If it's got that copper bottom, always put that. If you have the lid, put the lid in your title. Sold this in a day. Bought it for $3. Sold it for $26.25. These little guys, you're not really going to get much more than that unless it's in pristine condition. This one is not. But still, 3 into $26.25. That's you're going to sell a board game for that. Why not sell a little pot for that, right? So a little saucepan. Cost $6.79 to ship it. Net return of $11.46. 44% profit. And we got this Dunkin' Donuts stainless steel travel tumbler mug cup, orange lid, 14 ounce. This one didn't take long to sell. I thought I'd sit on this for a bit. 19 hours. Bought it for $2. Sold it for $18.75. $5.58. Cost to ship. $7.49 net return. 40% profit margin. So quick and easy sale. I mean, it's not exciting by any means, but I mean, $2 into $7.50. You do that the same day. Why not? Not taking up much of your time. Might as well do it. This Bulwark Excel coveralls, flame resistant. This is a good brand to look out for. Bulwark. They make shirts, jackets, pants, boots, the whole nine. This is coveralls, and the picture is awful. Right? I don't have a setup to take good clothing pictures. This thing, I mean, it looks horrific. And I got to change the price. So let's change that price. Hold on. Because I bought it at $9 a unit, not $4.50 a unit. So, I listed them for $50. I bought 2 of them. I still have one. Put on sale for $37.50. Took 27 days. Sold the first one for $37.50. I actually sold one to somebody in China, but then they didn't pay. So I still have one more to sell. Cost to ship this guy was $7.95. Net return of $13.98. 37% profit margin. So not bad. I thought the coveralls would do better. I thought I would be in the, $70 to $80 range on these, but I think the size it's a little small, and the 42 regular is a bit small. Condition's not great, and that picture is just terrible. I mean, I really don't like it, but I don't sell enough clothes to really invest in a better solution. So it is what it is. So just gonna have to deal with it. I may just throw a hook on the side of the building here and just take pictures outside or something so that it can hang all the way down rather than just buckling the leg like that. Like, I really don't like that picture at all. But what are you going to do? It's sold still. It's still sold. So, all right, 2-pack of Dove intensive body creams. I bought this to sell on another platform. Didn't happen. So we sold these for $15 free shipping. Purchase price is not a dollar. It's not $1 a unit. Sorry, I gotta adjust. It's $2 a unit. Cost of ship on these was $6.79. These ship first class. They're not very heavy. But they're, upper end of first class. So $6.79 cost of ship, $3.99 net return, 27% profit margin. Not doing great on these, but 27% profit margin is about what you would expect on Amazon. But Amazon is a bulk sale platform. You're just looking to make 27% profit margin over and over and over and over and over. So that's that. And you're more concerned about return on investment there because you're flipping your money so fast, so often. Like 200% profit or return on investment on Amazon is like amazing. Like, that's really, really good. On eBay, not so much. It's a different beast. All right, 2005 Clue Mysteries game. Took 5 days to sell this. We had one listed that took forever, and then suddenly now they're selling. That supply is diminishing, and now they're starting to sell. So 5 days to sell this. Bought it for $3, sold it for $26.25. $8.62 to ship it. Net return $9.66. 37% profit margin. So that's right. That's like average the whole way down. Like, every bit of that sale is about as average as you can get. So we will take average. Average is what we strive. That's what we strive for. We strive for average. Kismet game, vintage Yahtzee style game. I put similar to Yahtzee up here, 1975. What I try to do with my game pictures now is I try to picture the plastic inserts if I can, if I have room, without like showing too much of like the sides of my photo taking area, because a lot of my game pictures do show like the wall outside of the backdrop that I have hanging, or like some rubber bands that I have on the side, or like the ruler I have on this side, or whatever. So if the game's small enough where I can show the insert, I'm going to throw that insert in there, because that is part of what a collector would be looking for, right? They want to know that that insert is in there. So, yeah, try to show that in your pictures. If it's not in the lead picture and you're selling a board game, make it a part of the picture somewhere, right? So, bought this guy for $3, sold it for $24.75, $6.84 to ship, $10.16 net return, 41% profit margin. We also ship this in a box because the game box is extremely flimsy. As a lot of like, this is a Lakeside game, which is not a huge brand. Like, Whitman is not a huge brand. A lot of their games, the boxes are just flimsy as hell. Like, they just did not put a lot of production value into their boxes and their basically their games. Like, their plastic insert is flimsy. Like, it's just not. It's a fun game, I'm sure, but the materials they used were definitely not Parker Brothers quality, not Milton Bradley quality. That's why they're not around still, I'm sure. All right, vintage Wheels on the Bus Milton Bradley game. This one took a while. We bought one of these like 6 months ago and sold it within a day for like $40. Bought this one like soon after and we couldn't sell it. So dropped the price recently as part of our, New Year's, let's get rid of stuff, and it sold. So bought it for $3, sold it for 24.75. Cost of ship was 7.16. Net return of $11.19. Profit margin of 45%. So we're still doing okay, even though we dropped the price. All right, 2012 electronic battleship. This one sold in 22 hours. Took a best offer of $25. I had it up for $26.25. Electronic battleships used to sell for $40, not a problem. Now, not so much. So a best offer of $25 came in, and I listed this knowing that there are other sellers out there selling it for $18 to $25, including shipping right now. So I knew I was being undercut when I listed this game. So once I saw that $25 free shipping, I'm like, let's go. Let's do it. Right? It's $1.25 off of my asking price. Done. Um, let's just move on. I bought it hoping that would happen, right? So, um, bought it for $4. Cost of ship was 7.16. $9.03 net return. 36% profit margin. All right, this vintage thermos Krista coffee butler carafe made in West Germany. That's how you know. Sorry, I had to adjust. That's how you know it's vintage. If it's made in West Germany, obviously Germany was split at that point. So West and East Germany. So post World War II, but pre Berlin Wall coming down. So um, yeah. So it took a month to sell. Sold it on a best offer, $23. Paid $3 for it. That's about what you find these for. They're not exciting. They take a while. It is what it is. Cost of ship $6.87. Net return $8.62. 37% profit margin. All right, another vintage Sorry game from 1998. This one took 2 days to sell. Bought it for $3.75. Took a best offer of $23.50, even though the cost of ship was $10.70. Had it up for $24.75. Is that what it is? 33. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So they came in with $23.50. I'm like, whatever. Let's just do it. You know, I can't. I can't. I find it hard. I find it hard to decline an offer like that. Like, you're giving me a decent offer on, like, it's priced at $24.75. I mean, you're $1.25 off of my asking price. You know, if I came in with that strong of an offer and a seller declined it or countered it, I'd be like, what the hell's going on here, right? So I don't want to be that guy. So I took it. Eats into my profits a bit. Net return of $4.47. Net profit margin of only 19%. So I'm not making money here. Not a lot of money. But it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, things happen. I mean, would I buy this game again? I really have to look at the market now. Like, is the market going soft on this version of Sorry? I don't know. Did I just sell it too low? Did I just price it too low and not give myself enough room? I don't know. The next time I find this game, the market's going to change. Like, these things sell a lot, so who knows? So we'll have to play that one by ear. Because if I can get it back up to that 26, 25 or more, then we're doing okay. That cost of ship of 1070 kind of killed it, though. That definitely killed it. All right, let's get into this vintage travel blockus. This one sold fast too. 1 day to sell. Bought it for $3. Sold it for 26.25. Free shipping. And this is this annoys me. I don't know if you've noticed it, but on this particular um, session of picture taking, I forgot to pull off, or I accidentally turned on my time and date here. So I didn't realize that until after the listing was done. So I'm like, all right, just these pictures are going to have the time and date. That bugs me, but it didn't affect the sale, so we're okay. But yeah, it's time stamped for because I just I accidentally hit it somehow. So while I was taking pictures, so yeah. um, Sold it for 26.25. Cost of ship was $6.59. These things ship first class. Um, they're light, not a big deal to ship at all. $12.97 net return, 49% profit margin. So you could say that makes up for this. Sorry that I didn't really make that much money. And that's one way you can look at selling. Is you can look at things per item, or you can look at things as like per purchase. Like it all depends on how you account for stuff, right? Like, are you accounting based on your receipt at from each thrift store? Like, how much are you profiting per, receipt or per item? So we do per item, but if it makes you feel better, you could do it, you know, the other way if you want. So yeah. Vintage Pokino. This game sells well for us quickly, and 26.25 basically every single time. I could probably raise the price if I want to. This one took 2 days to sell. Typically, it's that 2 days to a week to sell this game. Um, $6.54 to ship. It's not a terribly big game. I think it ships at 2 pounds, maybe just over 2 pounds. So it ships at the 3 pound rate. Net return of $12.37, and our profit margin is 47%. All right, Sunbeam Oscar. We sell these a lot. We buy them every time we see them, as long as we're not paying $15 for them. Which I have seen them for that much in a thrift store because they're that thrift is obviously looking stuff up. But bought this one for $6. Sold it for $37.50 in a day. Again, that's just our standard price. We just put it up for 50, put it on sale. It hits the sale at $37.50, and then it sells. That's just bing bang boom. Cost of ship was $9.70. Net return of $15.23. 41% profit margin. And if you have the extra stuff with it, you can get a little bit more. I bumped that up to about 45. I could probably do 50 if I wanted to, but yeah, if you have more pieces, obviously you can sell it. Snap Circuits Sound by Alenco. 40 parts. This is complete. We sold this guy for $75. That is the full list price before. Wait, is it? No, listed it for 100 to put on sale for 75 at 25% off. So I take back what I previously said. Paid $5 for it. Sold it for 75 on sale. Sold it in a day. Perfect. Cost me $8.58 to ship it. We just actually shipped this one today. Net return of $51.85. Net profit margin of 69%. Yeah, yeah. These snap circuits they sell fast. They sell very, very fast. But they are not very often complete. And they don't usually have the same pieces in the different sets. So, like if I had like a starter set missing pieces, I couldn't complete this sound set with a starter set. So, you might have like a piece here and there, but like that egg looking thing, this thing right here is not, you're not going to find that in another set. Or like this speaker looking thing, probably not in another set. Like there are set specific pieces to these things. So best thing to do when you find something like this, crack it open in the thrift store and check it out before you leave. Employees hate it, but this is a business for you, right? This is not a, you're buying stuff on a whim, just hoping that, you know, your grandson is going to like it. It's, you're trying to put food on the table and pay your bills with this stuff. So, it's your job to make sure that you're buying stuff with the ability to pass it on to somebody else in complete condition. So don't be afraid to pop things open in the store and look, and always return it to the shelf in the, the form that you open it in. So, of course, if you have to cut tape off of a box, some just make sure the box is closed and things are put back away neatly, things like that. So. All right, Pandemic board game, new sealed, 2013. Bought it for $4, took 3 days to sell, sold it for $26.25. This game used to be a hot game. Like everybody wanted this game. 40-50 bucks, not a problem. Now it's a bit older. I think there's a new version of it out. This is also not like the collector's edition. It's just the generic, just the very basic version. $26.25 is still fine. I mean, $6.51 to ship it. It went Pennsylvania, I think. $12.16 net return, 46% profit margin. That's all great. That's all exactly what we want. Dunkin' Donuts Destinations Ocean City, Maryland coffee mug from 2017. Bought this guy for $1.50. Sold it for $19 free shipping. It sold and shipped to Ocean City. So somebody in Ocean City bought an Ocean City mug. Go figure. Paid $6.33 to ship it. Net return of $7.46, 39% profit margin. That was a good buy for a quick sale. Another hair curler set. This Clairol Hot Rollers model R20. This one was made in Denmark. So that's something that would help it sell quicker if it's made not in China, somewhere other than China. Definitely put that in the title. For hair curlers, things like pageant, dance, model, stuff like that. Although the model can be for modeling or the model number, model R20 or modeling. So double entendre there. Sold this set for $33, took 6 days, bought it for $6. Cost to ship $8.62, $13.96. Net return 42% net profit margin. And let's get to this other Clairol. Newer Clairol VH24 Velvet Flocked. There's that pageant word again in the title. These have the flocked curlers. So what flocked is the velvety kind of. It's not a microfiber. It's just that velvety kind of feel. The other ones are just straight up plastic. Like these have a velvety feel to them. So you get a bit more. The ladies love the flocked. I don't know why. They just do. So whenever you see that in anything, as I mentioned during the shipping video yesterday, I'm shooting both of these videos today. So in the shipping video, I mentioned this on this product when it's flocked like this. Put it in the title. You get a bit more. Flocked can also apply to toys. A lot of times, action figures or like horse figures, Briars, or there was a He-Man horse that came in just straight plastic, or Briar horses come in straight just plastic, or Spirit is another horse cartoon, I think. They have just straight up plastic, or they have flocked, and flocked is just a velvety horse, right? Like it just has that velvety feel to it. Um, Different action figures, like straight up, like just whatever, whatever action figure you want to throw out there, X Men or whatever. They come in different flocked forms. Minecraft, whatever. Um, they come in flocked chase models, so um, one of a kinds or very few of a kinds in flocked. So you find those; they're unique in the toy realm. In the hair curler realm, some models just have that flocked design to them, and they're more desirable for the ladies. So, ladies, just let me know why. I don't get it, but I don't. Look at this. I don't. You know, I'm not curling this stuff. My wife's hair is as straight as an arrow. She's not curling crap either. So we bought this for $5, sold it for $37.50. Cost to ship $9.66. Net return of $17.77. Net profit margin 47%. All right, moving on. This Tervis floral with blue lid 24-inch plastic tumbler. This is one of those that we just dropped the price on it because it's time to move on. And we're buying these for $1 to $3, so we can drop the price. We have the room to drop the price. Had this listed for a month, got no action, dropped the price, sold right away. So we were just priced too high. That's fine. It's fine to be priced a bit high and learn your lesson. Just don't learn your lesson after a year, right? Like keep an eye on your inventory and say, why isn't this moving? And then make your adjustments if needed. Um, so especially if you buy it for a month and you're like, I can move on this. Like I can move down. I can get this thing gone. Like do it. Sold it for $18.75, $6.83 to ship. Net return of $7.13, 38% profit margin. So we still made, I mean, it's still a good sale. It's not a huge home run like, oh my gosh, I'm, paying off the house. No, but, you know, I could have set the price at $18.75 a month ago and been fine with that sale. I didn't, but I could have. All right. Fisher Price 123 Crawl Along Snail Rocking Light Up Musical Fun 2009. I stole this title. I don't know why From is in there. I should have cleaned this title up, but there is a video. Took a video of it. Took 3 days to sell. Took a best offer at $25. It was at $26.25. Paid $3.75. Cost to ship was $10.67. This is another one of those things where, like, yeah, you're in California, but if I'm at $26.25 and we agree to $25, like, I can't I can't be mad because my list price is I'm only losing $1.25 by taking this offer. They actually came in at 20 and I said 25 is the best that I can do. My net return is 575. So, my net profit margin is 23%, right? I'm not losing money. And this isn't a home run item. Like, I'm realistic about that. I'm not going to get $40 for this item, right? But coming in at my sale price of 26.25, I know that it's going to cost me $10 plus because they're on the West Coast. They're coming in at $20. I'm like, I can't do that. This is the best that I can do. And it literally is. Like, I can't go any lower and make any kind of profit. Right? Like, I can't drop my price anymore and it be worth it for me to sell it to you. So they can either move closer, like pack up their entire house and move closer to me, and I can ship it for $6 and then sell it to you for 20. Or you could just pay the extra $5. So, you know, that's where we're at. Like that's the A or B for you. Like, so they they went with the $5. They'll just pay the $5, which is the smarter decision. Because then you got to change schools for your kids, and for a snail, do you really want to do all that for a probably maybe. I mean, it depends on where your priorities are, I guess. Anyway, Kenmore Progressive 116 power nozzle head in purple. Not the best condition as far as like the way it looks, right? This thing works just fine, but and people aren't buying this thing to display it, right? Like they're buying it because they need to vacuum shit, right? Like they need this thing to suck. Basically what it is. So, sold this guy for $48.75. That's our sale price. Um, that's our sweet spot for pricing on this. Um, bought it for, I put a $4 purchase price. We bought the entire vacuum canister and all for $12.50. So I put $4 on this, the wand, and the hose. I think I did that right. We'll see. The hose is coming up. So, um, this one cost us $14.71 to ship. Net return of $20.81, 43% profit margin. So this one piece paid for the entire canister vacuum, plus gave me $8.81 in my pocket. So I'm okay with that. Now I got 2 free listings out of that. And if the canister we had to toss because the clip of the canister that holds the compartment that for the bag, that clip is busted. It's actually not even there. So I don't want to sell it in that condition. So we're getting rid of that part of it. But so I got 2 free listings out of that just by selling this one piece. And I'm already in the profit. So we will do that multiple times a day, every day of the week. Pictionary second edition, just the cards. This is a new thing for us. We're just selling Pictionary cards. The games sell fast. The cards sell just as fast. Not really, but they sell fast. Just the cards. We paid $2 for these. Sold them for $16 free shipping. Because it's just the cards. I mean, it's still £2 because they're heavy. But $6.15 to ship it because it's small. Net return of $4.66, only 29% profit margin. I mean, we're not making a ton on this, but we're still okay. Like, if I buy it for $2 and I get $4 back, I can go out and buy 2 more, or I can buy a game, right, and make a little bit more. So, that's how that works. All right, Pictionary second edition. Now this is the whole game, right? Took 2 weeks to sell the entire game. Bought it for $4, sold it for $29. This one cost $6.87 to ship it. $12.68 net return, net profit margin of 44%. So if you're looking at profit margins, obviously it's better to sell the entire game than just the cards, right? But if you have a card set just lying around or you see one for $1 or $2, there's no harm in picking it up just to throw another listing out there. Turn $2 into $4 is not bad. Turning $4 into $12 is obviously better. So do that more. That would be my advice. Do that more. All right. Let's get to this Peter Millar shirt that we've had forever. 7 months. Dropped the price, sold it right away. Bought it for $6 at a Goodwill. Sold it for $18.75, $6.37 to ship. Net return of $2.64. We're not making crap on it. 14% profit margin. It's gone. That's why we don't sell clothes. Okay, moving on. Way too much competition in clothes. That's why we don't. I don't like to sell clothes because of that reason. I don't mind picturing clothes. I don't mind prepping clothes. That's all fine. Everybody sells clothes. Like if you go to the Goodwill bins, clothing side is packed because it's easy. And people don't want to think and use their brains and become an expert in something. They just want to look at a label and say, oh, Levi's. I know that label. I know that brand. Throw it in the cart. It's Ralph Lauren, Polo. I know that brand. That's all it is with clothing buyers, particularly at the bin. Yeah, and just everybody, too many sellers are just selling clothes. And when I scroll YouTube in the morning, I throw on a video when I'm in the shower, and I have to scroll a lot to get past all the clothing. Like, yeah, what did I sell recently? eBay Poshmark. You're selling clothes. Like, I don't care. Like, I have to scroll. Like, just there's so many clothing sellers. Why would you sell clothing? Because you're competing with so many other people. It's just not. It's not a good experience to me to sell clothing. So, anyway, we're moving on. Coffee Spin Brew. These are Remington coffee makers. I didn't realize that until I bought this one. We've sold these before. People like them. They're Remington. Took 20 days to sell this guy. Sold it for $63 on a best offer. This one went to Wyoming, Laramie. And it cost me $19.03 to ship it. So that ate a lot of my profit. Net return of $22.60. So we're still doubling up our money plus a few bucks. Net profit margin of 36%. So we're doing okay. And people love their coffee makers. If they can find their coffee maker that they love, they will buy it and they will pay up for it. They don't want to go out and buy a new one and get used to that one and how it makes their coffee. They want their coffee maker. Gesture's new sealed. Took 3 days to sell this game. Bought it for $3.75. Sold it for $25 on best offer. And guys, when people send me an offer like this one did, Gestures for $15. If I'm at $26, $25, and they send me a best offer for $15, I always go back with $25, and then in my comments, best I could do with free shipping. Every single time. 7 times out of 10, they're just taking that offer. Because they usually don't realize that there's free shipping. because eBay stinks at telling people that there's free shipping on the item page. If somebody comes back, say they, were at 15 and then they come back at $18, I still go back $25. Best I can do with free shipping. If they come again, then I'll drop it to like 24. Okay, this is the best, then I'm only dropping $1 and they're like, oh, I got them the drop. And then they'll, so you just make them feel like they're getting something. What I have done, if I have a little bit more room, like on, let's say, Pictionary game, 33.75, somebody comes at me with 25, I'll come back with like $30, best I could do with free shipping. Then they'll come back with 26. I'll be like, oh, now $32 is the best that I could do with free shipping. Sorry, you didn't read. And then they usually go away. So they don't like that. But you know what? If they're gonna be a pain like that, like no, like now the price just went up for you because you're a pain in my ass. So yeah, so I like doing that too. So all right, $6.88 to sell this. Net return of $9.53, 38% profit margin. I'm just looking at the time of this video. We've broken an hour. That's dang. We still have a few more to go here, so we'll try to get through it quicker. Risk board game 1993. 2 days to sell this. $3 purchase, $27 free shipping. Net return of $13.44, 50% profit margin. That's where it's at. As you can see, like with like this game, like I said before, you can see the stuff on the side. My backdrop is not wide enough. This is a larger game, so sometimes my pictures aren't always the best. His rival Little Dipper, really not making money on this. Dropped the price on this. That picture looks crooked. This thing didn't sell. 10 months. Took 10 months to sell. We finally dropped the price just enough to get something back. And we made $2.49 after just $8.58 shipping. So it's not even like it went terribly far. 13% profit margin. Paid $4 for it. Not a good buy. These things used to sell decent. Not so much anymore. So moving on. This is another thing that 2 years to sell. Bristle blocks used to do okay. This is an incomplete set though. So again, paid $3, $18.75 free shipping, $9.45 to ship it, $2.82 back. We're not making huge money, but we are making something. 15% profit margin. Not great, but it's gone. That's the main goal here, is just to get old stuff gone and just not lose money. And we're making a bit, so that's fine. All right, vacuum hose from that same canister vacuum. Sold this for $45, bought it for $4. Like I said, we bought the whole vacuum for $12.50. So we broke out the cost between each listing. $13.28 to ship it, $19.93 in returns, 44% profit margin. These next two pairs of shoes we sold together. So I think one of them is not going to have the ship cost. Yes. Shipping cost is not here. So we sold this pair for $34. We sold the other pair for $34. They were listed at $37.50 a piece. So, bought each pair for $8. Net return on this one is $20.78. So this profit margin is a bit off because my shipping price is not in here. Because all of our shipping price is on this guy here. So $11.55 to ship both pairs of shoes. Okay, so I could split up the shipping. I would have to manually do it, go in and split up the shipping costs. So I bought 2 pairs. I sold 2 pairs of shoes to the same person. They shipped in the same box. box. That's why it came up like that. We got this Eero Wi-Fi router. These things used to sell great, not so much anymore. So you'd have to buy this brand for less than $5 now to do any kind of decent, minimal. Took 4 days to sell, so they still sell fairly quick. Sold it for $23 on a best offer, $6.47 cost to ship because they're small. Net return of $8.77, 38% profit margin. So we're okay. Last but not least, this is a big old dud because I put the wrong price in. This Friends Seen It board game. This did not take 2 years to sell. Took a long time to sell the first one. We've had this game listed for a while. We put it as a quantity of 2. First one sold. Did you say no? Quantity was messed up. I changed the quantity and then I listed it using the same listing, so it relisted at the same price. That's what happened. It sold similar on the same listing, and it sold it at the same price that we had dropped to get it. The first one sold, and the second one sold right away. So, yeah. I didn't put the price back to $35, so it stayed at $25. So, we didn't make crap on this game. I still sent it. I didn't say, hey, we listed it at the wrong price, so I'm not going to send it to you. It was my mistake. It still went out. Bought it for $3, sold it for $18.75 because I listed it at $25 because that's what the last one was listed at because it sat and sat and sat and never sold. And of course, somebody in California was like, bam, buying it. Because I swear, people on the West Coast love to click that free shipping button and pick up stuff. That's how they shop. Because they know that it's expensive to ship out there. So net return of $1.34. Didn't lose money. Still made a buck. $1.34. I can buy a whole bunch of nothing with that. Net profit margin is 7%. So again, not my mistake. So we ended the whole list on a dud, which is fine. Let's go into the numbers. From the 1st to the 4th, we're at $15.47 in gross sales, $669 net sales, $30.94 average gross per sale, $13.39 average net per sale, 40% average net profit margin per sale. These are numbers I'm happy with right here, this little row. We like those numbers. Cost of goods sold is really the only thing I go through in this row. $2.11 is spent on new inventory. That's what I've listed in this time frame, so we don't worry about that. In this time frame, we did list 45 new items and sold 50. Average time to sell was 3 months. Average return on investment was 352. Return on investment 318%. Those are good numbers. Now I want to get into our goal of 7,000. So we're going to look at month to date. This is right now. So right now, month to date, I've got 1807 in for the month. So I've got a little Excel tracker. So I've got a $7,000 goal here, which is carries over right here. Then for week 1, we're going to put in 1807. That's what it was, right? Yep. 1807. So I've got $5,193 to go to reach my goal of $7,000 for the month of January, year 2026. So we're almost at a week. So 1807 for 5 days is actually not too bad for us. We'll see the further away we get from Christmas, and January is a high return month too, so that's going to affect things. Typically, is a high return month, and again, last year and the previous probably 6-7 years, we were heavy on Amazon, and January is just crazy returns. So eBay, we don't. This is our first real fourth quarter 100% eBay experience in, at, I'll say, a decade. Because we were at least a little bit on Amazon and Walmart for the last 10 years. Probably 50-50. So we'll see how the returns go this year. So far, it really has not been that bad. Actually, I think we've got one outstanding. Just the Busy Town board game where the lady's just anal retentive about the pieces and the board condition, all of that. She wants a brand new game. So that's the only return we've got outstanding right now. So yeah, I'm happy with this first week number. Not quite first week, first 5 days up to this point of this video. So I'm really happy with that number. So we're off to a very, very good start. Hopefully we can keep this going and finish strong at the end of the month. We'll see what next week brings. Hopefully it's another strong weekend of sales. You got to get out there and buy more stuff, though. That's the whole key. So if you guys have stayed with me throughout this whole video, hour and 15 minutes, thank you so much. I do greatly appreciate that. And you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. All that happy horseshit. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and checking us out. We really do appreciate all of you guys for doing that. Leave us a comment. That helps us a lot. Let your friends know that we exist. That helps too. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.